So right now we're in the middle of redoing the workshop, making it an actual workshop. And I spent the last couple of days updating certain things, giving certain things renovation. So one of the things I did was previously I had a really whack wood storage setup over here for plywood and whatnot. We went ahead and fixed that up. And then that cleared a lot of room for these slats that I built, so now they can store all the wood that used to be over in this corner over here. Now I can place things on this corner. Also, I built this new table to hold and house the miter saw, the planer, and other tools that don't necessarily deserve space up top. I also had a problem with this green pole here. Essentially, the green pole, it's in the center of the workshop, and it made it very difficult to use these tables in the sense that I'd have to place the table butted against the pole here. So what I decided to do was I figured, okay, well, why don't we just cut a hole in the center and place the table inside of it like that, because these are two separate tables that can fit together next to these latches here. Got a lot better in terms of wood organization with all my scraps. So got a lot of scrap piles to blow through. One of my objectives and goals is to use up all of this wood, and hopefully by the end of using up all this wood, I will have made something cool. You know? The next thing I have to build in terms of shop stuff and in terms of building things would be for the table saw over here. I wish to build a stand for it, so that way it can like sit flush with this table here and be flush with the rest of the tables over there. Other than that, in terms of projects, I have this media cabinet that I think is pretty cool, and I want to turn it into specifically a record cabinet. And the plan for that is to essentially flip it, turn it 90 degrees, have it stand upright, and then I'm gonna build another like wood slab to match the other side. That way it's symmetrical and even. And then I'm gonna like take out these and take out these and flip the drawers, so that way they're also up and down, and this would be where like records are stored in this one. Move the other two drawers to the other two things here. So this one will open up like so, or maybe I'll have it open down. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But yeah, otherwise I have all my stations kind of set up. I still have to figure out how to use the bandsaw exactly. When I bought it, the guy said that I gotta like build a thing for in there to insert this out of aluminum. So hopefully I can just buy the replacement part from like the website, but I don't know. Yeah, other than that, the only thing that's left to do, other than those things, is general organization, getting everything where it needs to go, and building that table. So it's just a lot of little things, a lot of little cleaning. One of the bigger projects that I'm very excited to take on is I'm going to build a door for this room for the workshop. Right now, it's just curtains. Just curtains. It's the only thing that separates the workshop from the foyer, I guess, area. So I want to make it so that noise can't travel as easily into the rest of the house. I plan to build a big 72-inch door that's going to ride. It's going to be like a barn door, except I can't use really barn door hardware, just because if I were to, it'd ride against the wall like this, but it can't do that because I have this huge lip here, so there's nothing for it to ride against. And I guess as I'm looking at it, I could just install a lip. But even then, the hardware is still just so expensive, you know? So, like, no matter what, I'm gonna have to DIY the barn door. I plan on building the hardware. I plan on building the barn door. And I plan on, you know, I want to use a galvanized 10-foot steel, 1-inch steel pipe. And then another galvanized 1-inch 2-foot pipe, you know, together to then, you know, and then hang that up using like the 90-degree corner thingies and the wall mounts from there. I plan on using lag bolts to attach the thing to the thing, you know, so it shouldn't fall down, and I'm gonna try to make the door as lightweight as possible. In order to do that, I figured I'd make the door, like I'd use some like plexiglass in the making of the door, like for good large chunks of it, plexiglass. And I hope that should help with like making it not stupidly heavy. I also plan on implementing like wheels on the bottom to like support the weight. I want it to sort of be like 80% or 75% of the weight of the door is being held by the galvanized pipe, and the other 20% is being, you know, held by the wheels that I will be attaching to the bottom of the door. And, you know, hopefully it all works. Hopefully it looks cool. It needs to be 12 feet long in order for the door to slide all the way to make this, like, you know, to give clearance. So hopefully that works. I'm very excited about this door. I've been looking at plexiglass prices, and I've found a couple people who are selling plexiglass on Facebook Marketplace. So that's quite exciting. So I got a message from this person, and they say that they have an IKEA white glass, but I don't know what white glass is. Is it just, because this is what the picture looks like, but I don't know. I don't know what white glass. IKEA white glass. Yeah, I don't know. I hope white glass is not glass that's white, because I would like for the glass to be see-through, so I can either give it like the wrap thing that you squeegee on and whatnot, or like spray the fog look or whatever. You know what I mean. Yeah, so I don't know. They're telling me it's 70 inches. Yeah, they said it's 70 inches for $20. And it's right around the corner, allegedly, so I figure I'll just check it out. Do I need wheels for anything? Because if I use wheels, I'm a monster. I'm a menace when it comes to Facebook Marketplace. And one of the big objectives with this like workshop overhaul, because that's what this is, hopefully I have pictures to show you what it looked like before, and hopefully I have pictures to show you what it looked like at first when I first started, you know, getting into woodworking. But right now with this overhaul, I wanted to give stations to more of my most important, or the most important tools in the workshop, I feel. You know, so that would be your miter saw, your table saw, and your planer. And so, you know, I created the station here, so that way everything's flush, and I can get nice long pieces of lumber, and I can get them cut and whatnot. I plan on doing making a channel in here, so I can implement a stop block somehow, like a stop block system, because that would be very useful. Implementing a ruler on here, because that would be very useful. And then this guy goes and, you know, feeds out there. Yeah, you know, I gotta clear off this workbench. But yeah, with this overhaul, the plan is to give all the important things a space, and then after I give them a space, the plan will be to work on dust collection, because my dust collection is trash at the moment, like straight up garbage. I have a wet vac and a dry vac, but like when I don't have any of the fittings, so nothing connects to anything. I usually In the past, I've used like plastic bags and rubber bands and tape to tape my hose to the end of my sauce. And obviously that's not like great. Here, as you can see, here's some leftover tape. But like my planer, for example, does not have a port to use. So I took it apart after finding a video where some guy found a shop vac floor attachment that fits perfectly to the thing, supposedly. So hopefully I can buy that, and then I'll have better dust collection. And then, you know, the only other problems that I run into is that, like my port down here, as you can see, it, I don't know what size that is, you know, it's something. And then like, over here, we have another one. I don't know what size that is. And then we have the whatever is on the freaking miter saw, you know. And then on the bandsaw, there's something, some kind of something. So, you know, I have to figure out. I really want a way to get all the ends, like, to fit, and the end of that to all just fit this. I don't want them all just to be able to fit this guy or the other one. Just by just plug and play, you know. I just want to just plug it on and call it a day. Turn on the vacuum and it vacuums and everyone's happy. That's what I want to. I also plan to make a proper dust collection system, a cheap one, where you use like 2 buckets. That way you don't destroy your filters, but I'm sure these filters have already been destroyed. I don't think they've ever been cleaned out properly a day in their life. They're replaced, you know? So, yeah. It's like, it's not worth it to me to try to save a filter that's already probably gone. But yeah, organization. When it comes to that door, I found a good deal at Walmart for a handle. It's a very, very large handle. I think it'll be so cool. I think it'll be so cool. That's a door handle. And just look at it. Let's see. Like, imagine that on a door. It's so large. And then, like, you grab it and you slide the door. I think that's pretty cool. It was only $10. It was on clearance. And usually it's $30. So I feel like I made a good investment right there. But other than that, I say it's time to get to organizing. Often, I like to set hour-long timers, so that way I kind of get a sense of how long I've been in the shop. My wife doesn't like how much time I give the shop, so I try to manage that amount of time and just be aware of it because, you know, it's important. About a year ago, I told a coworker of mine that, you know, I was at work and I saw this piece of wood outside. It was very wet, very moist. But I thought, man, this is a really cool piece of wood. And I looked at him, my coworker, and I said, hey, buddy, I'm gonna make something for you. Now, this was about a year ago, so, you know, I'm excited to make something for him. And hopefully, you know, it's cool. So, look forward for that project to come. I figure why not get a camera angle shift? I feel like that'd be pretty cool. So I went to Dollar Tree. I got some awesome and a bottle, and I have some water. So, a couple towels. What I want to do, or my plan is to, I wish to build furniture. I wish to, create things. I want to craft. I want to make stuff. I want to make cool things. I want to make utilitarian things. I want to make just a lot of things. And on top of that, I also wish to refurbish furniture, whatever that looks like, whatever that means. So, I have this piece that those two pieces you saw earlier, are pieces that I plan to refurbish, along with other little things in the shop that I just thought would be cool. But when refurbishing, you gotta clean off those surfaces. So that's why you use the awesome with some water and a spray bottle. Really good for that. So that's what this bottle is gonna be for. And then I'm just gonna have a bottle right here for just a bottle right here of just water. Yeah, just water for spraying down wood when I intend to raise the grain, which is something you're supposed to do that I don't do, but now I do because it's something you're supposed to do. And I know why you're supposed to do it. It makes sense. I just haven't done it. And I'm taking off this label because it says bathroom cleaner, and I don't want to get confused. It smells really good for some reason. It smells like soup. So when it comes to what I have been thinking in terms of with recording this and all that, I've been thinking, I am in no means an expert, and that's usually what all the experts say who do the things, who do all the things, but I'm actually not an expert, I don't know anything, and I'm sure I look like I don't know anything, so, I'm gonna keep that up, that way my ethos matches your expectation. I'm just trying stuff, I'm just doing things and learning along the way, because that's all I can do. All I can do is learn. And have fun. I'm having fun, so don't ruin my fun. But, if there are people who want to say hey, if you do it that way, it's going to murder you and your family, and it's going to explode, and, 10 years from now, it's going to crumble, then be sure to let me know, because I don't want that to happen, and I'm trying to learn, so I accept all help. Just, recognize I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing my best. I never claimed to know what I was doing. I just know a thing or two, and I have a little bit of practice, and I like putting stuff together. So, I don't know. So, at the moment, I'm in school for graphic design, studying to be a graphic designer. And when I was taking intermediate graphic design, one of the first projects of the semester was that we had to find an advertisement in a magazine and recreate that advertisement as close as possible to what it actually looks like. And I did that. And for the longest time, I could not find the advertisement because I just misplaced it, you know, after the fact. This was maybe last year. And I really wanted to frame it and gift it to my mom because it's Miss Dior, it's Dior perfume ad, and she really likes Dior. So I thought that it'd be nice to gift that to her, like frame it, put it in a bag, and like, yeah, I painted this for school, and you know, you really like Dior, blah blah blah. But I couldn't find it for the life of me. So, you know, in the Christmas book that I acquired, I found it, which is really cool. So I don't know if it's gonna show up well, a bit bent, but yeah, I think I did okay. It's pretty cool. So I will now be gifting it to her. I guess for probably Mother's Day or her birthday. Whichever comes first. I can never remember when Mother's Day is. But Mother's Day, birthday, Mother's Day. Oh, but on top of that note, over here, we're gonna get a little sidetracked. Over here, I bought some wood, some hardwood. Up until this point, I've been working purely with softwoods, specifically pine, southern yellow pine. And I went out and I bought some wood. I found a wood plug person who's pretty cool. Gave me, I think, a good deal, and I'll let you guys tell me if it's a good deal for those who know, but it was like $50 for cherry, some oak or maple, I don't know. I was gonna ask him to label them before I left, but some cherry or some oak, and I think this thing on the bottom is poplar. So, you know, I feel like it was a good deal. It was like, came out to $10 a piece, just about. But I want to make cutting boards. I want to make really nice end grain cutting boards. And I wish to gift one to my mom, gift one to my mother-in-law, gift one to my best friend, gift one to my brother's girlfriend, or fiance, I guess. And yeah, I think that's really cool. I don't think I have enough wood to make that many cutting boards, but I for sure think I have enough to make, like, you know, 2 or 3. So I'm excited for that project as well.